Waiting for YouTube to come up here. Live. All right, we're on YouTube too. Good morning, everyone. John Hutchings here, Healthy Edge Live. It is Thursday morning, and I hope you're all feeling good. I had a little CrossFit workout last night in addition to some squats. My legs are feeling sufficiently sore, a good sore. You need to determine, before we jump into our subject, which is eating by the 80-20 rule today, and also mentioning our sponsor, World Gym Rochester, worldgymrochester.com, 0 down on a gold membership right now. Pain, good pain versus bad pain. Good pain is a soreness, a general soreness that lets you know that you did a great workout where you pushed your levels of intensity or capacity or strength, and you're just a little sore from that, from the micro trauma introduced to the muscle fiber. Bad pain is sharp, sudden, or just an abnormal pain that persists beyond that general soreness in a debilitating way or an excruciating fashion. That is a bad pain, and that should be help should be sought, or advice should be sought from a medical professional right away if you experience that. Or if it occurs during the workout should stop at that point. So that's good pain versus bad pain. Hopefully you are feeling some good pain this morning or are about to. The other thing about pain, real quick before we move on, because we're trying to keep these to around 7 minutes now, is delayed onset soreness. For you new exercisers out there, that is the pain 2 days, 48 hours, second day that you get out of bed after a workout, where you go, okay, I worked out yesterday, I feel pretty good today, then the next day you feel like you got hit by a truck. This happens with squats or heavy compound movements like deadlifts or full body movements if you're doing a boot camp or high intensity interval style training. CrossFit fits that mold. The delayed onset soreness. Don't think you're out of the woods necessarily if you're not sore the next morning. Wait till that second day and boom. That's just the trauma, the healing process, inflammation. And we'll do a show on that, on inflammation, the good and the bad, because that is a double-edged sword too. But the inflammation from delayed onset soreness is what's causing that pain 2 days after your workout. Okay, that said, we're moving on. Eating by the 80-20 rule. I talked to my good friend Steve yesterday about some things going on in his life, what he's experiencing with regard to his workouts, his lifestyle. He's got an overnight job and how that's affecting everything. And, of course, nutrition. We always talk about that. And one of the subjects that came up, and I had a chance to chime in on Becky Sicanolfi's post a couple days ago, it's the 80-20 rule and how you apply it. 80-20 rule when it applies to nutrition is in your diet, 80% of the food you eat or the methodology that you employ, you achieve 80% good and allow 20% bad. And you can apply this a number of ways. And Steve and I were talking about the good way to apply it and the not so good way to apply it. Overall, if you're consistent hitting your macronutrient ratio, proteins, carbs, fats, and your daily caloric intake over the course of a 24-hour period, how many calories you're planning on putting in your body, if you're 80% on that, meaning a 20% margin of error, consistently over time, you should start moving toward your results. But the way you do it can make a difference. For instance, 80% of 5 meals, if you choose to eat 5 times a day, which I do. Sometimes I get a 6th one in, depending on how long that I'm up and I'm consuming food over. If you eat 5 meals a day, an 80-20 application means one of those meals every day you can cheat, go outside the rules, not adhere to your strategy, whether you're doing keto. Think about it if you're a vegan. If you're a vegan or vegetarian and you apply an 80-20 rule, that means 1 meal out of 5 a day you can eat whatever you want. That you're not a vegan then, are you? But just in general, if you apply the 80-20 over a 24-hour cycle, you are probably not going to move toward your intended results very quickly, because that one meal a day could be, it could be a half gallon of ice cream or 1.75 liters as they continue to shrink our sizes to keep the price point within our mental range of what we'll pay for ice cream. Social commentary there. Or it could be 3 pounds of loaded nachos. If you go off the rails entirely, one meal a day, you're going to mess up your daily caloric intake and your macronutrient range to the extent that you could even go backwards. You could regress. And if you're trying to lose weight, build muscle, you could sabotage that goal. The 80-20 rule, as I recommend you apply it, and I do as well, is that in each meal that I eat, I have an objective. If I got a daily calorie intake, I'm going to break that down and decide how many calories each meal. I want to be within 20% of that number. If I have a protein goal, how many grams of protein in the macronutrient ratio that I'm choosing to use? Whether I'm doing keto, paleo, whole food, Whole30, whatever. If I've decided I'm going to eat this amount of protein, this many grams or this many calories of protein, I want to stay within the 20% window. Now, the objective is to hit the numbers. And some people do hit the numbers easily every time. They just don't have this relationship with food where it makes any difference. It is what it is. Objectively, they just weigh it out and put it in their body. On the other end of the spectrum, you have people that do have relationship issues with food. For them, it can be a struggle. So what you've got to do is not get yourself into a restrictive mindset where you've got to be perfect, because there's no margin of error. The 80-20 rule within the meal allows you to have a little wiggle room. I like to eat no sugar. Healthy Edge Meals has a flank steak salad. It has a 1 ounce cup of raspberry vinaigrette dressing. That, because of the oil mostly, has some sugar in it. But it adds a flavor to make those kale leaves just a little more palatable. Am I going to get all bent out of shape because I put a little vinaigrette dressing on my kale and flank steak salad? No. I'm going to enjoy that flank steak salad, and I know that in the big scheme of things, I am consistently moving toward my goal because I apply that methodology over my meals, hitting my numbers exactly when I can, but when I don't worry. I kind of make it up on another meal, or I don't. And then I repeat that day after day after day after day after day after day. And that's where I get my intended results. So if you get yourself into a restrictive mindset that's going to trip you up and cause you to go off the rails entirely, it's not worth it. Practice the 80-20 nutrition eating game plan within the meal. Hope this makes sense. Hope this helps. Follow me at Healthy Edge Blueprint on Facebook, on YouTube. We talk every weekday morning at 5:30 right here. Go to my website, healthyedgeblueprint.com. I have a 7-week program. It's $795. It's everything that you need. We're going to look at your life. We're going to look at your habits. We're going to look at your traditional obstacles. We're going to come up with a blueprint, a game plan that covers exercise, nutrition, supplementation, and all the little things in between: sleep, water, all of it. Habits, that's what we're helping you form and getting extraordinary results through out of the ordinary, looking at your lifestyle habits and putting it all together. HealthyEdgeBlueprint.com. That's it, guys. Tomorrow's Friday. I'll talk to you again then. Have a great day. I hope you get some good muscle soreness from your workout today, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, we're going to try to end that stream. We'll end this over here. There we go. And